Hey guys, it's Gabby. Welcome back to my channel. So as usual, it's late and I'm doing something stupid and impulsive. Today we're going to be ranking different romance movie tropes and cliches because why not? I saw someone else doing it and I thought it'd be funny because there are some tropes that I love and there are some tropes that I don't love. I have seen enough romance movies to last me a lifetime. I've seen a lot. I watch a lot of Hallmark. I play a lot of episode because I'm just embarrassing. So I feel like I've seen every trope in the book. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen each other face to face. Are you doing well? Are you doing bad? How's school going? Please let me know. So I've actually gone ahead and made a tier thingy. I made a tier. What is it just called a tier? Because I made one. I put all the tropes at the bottom. You can see all of them. We've got like, you know, some of the classics, some of the less common tropes. Here, I'm gonna read all my tiers. The first level is no. Pretty self-explanatory. If I see it in a movie description or show description, I probably like won't engage. The next level is which basically just means I don't care for it. I don't really love it, but it's not to the point that it'll stop me from watching something with it inside. I don't know. I made these tiers and I don't know what they mean. Next tier is just like, I'll enjoy something that incorporates this trope. Next level is guilty pleasure, which means that I like it a lot. I just don't want to admit I like it, but I actually like it a lot. The fact that I like it is embarrassing. And the last tier is like just love. I just love it. Like there's no shame. Like I'll tell people that I love this trope. So let's get started. This is so dumb. Our first trope is best friends to lovers. I don't know. For me, best friends to lovers, it gets boring to me. There's nothing left to be done, really. It's kind of just two people that are already super close to the point that it's basically like they're dating already, but it's just there so often that I can't really even say that I dislike it because it's a trope that you can't really avoid. So I don't know if I should put it in like or I should put it in eh. I'm gonna put an eh. Next trope is bodyguard romance. I actually have no idea what bodyguard romance is. I feel like I've seen every trope in the book. I don't think I've ever seen a movie incorporate this. I think I've read things that incorporate this. I'm just gonna put this in eh because I really could not tell you if I like it or not. Brother's best friend. These stories are always cute, but they're kind of cringy. For some reason, in all of these stories, the brother's best friend is like really protective over the main character, and it's like. But there's also the other trope. There's the best friend. My best friend's brother is fun to watch because it kind of takes the best friends to lovers trope and it kind of spices it up. Instead of getting with the best friend, she gets with the best friend's brother. So that's fun, right? Workplace romance. Oh my god. I'll put it in guilty pleasure. I actually really like workplace romance movies and shows, especially if one of the characters are rich. It's just like my dream. Like one of them is like a CEO or something. I always love that stuff. Okay, good boy, bad girl. I think I'm gonna put this in I think I like this. Sometimes. There's a lot of more indie, low-key movies that incorporate this trope. There's this movie called I Met a Girl that I watched recently that has this trope. There's this movie called, I don't remember the name, but it's called like The Playlist, something playlist. The Map of Tiny Perfect Things also incorporates this trope. I think the contrast of personalities is always cute. Next trope is strangers to lovers. I think I'll put this in love. I always find it so sweet that two people that didn't know each other at the beginning of said show or movie, they don't know anything about each other, just come together. I think it's adorable. I really love that trope. Next trope is one of us is famous. Oh my god, love. I love the trope where like one person's a celebrity and the other person isn't. A la Starstruck, a la The Arrangement. I literally just love it. And then like the person who isn't famous has to like adjust to like celebrity life. Please. Next trope is forced proximity. I have no idea what that means. Is that like the ones where there's like a contract involved and then like one of the people is like, oh yeah, like we have to be together, like very much 50 Shades of Grey, very much giving. Yeah, is that what it is? Because if so, I'm just gonna put her in eh because I literally don't know. Teacher student. Oh gosh. I feel like this one is kind of more up for debate with a lot of people just because it's an actual like legal issue in real life. I'd like to say that it's kind of an eh thing. Pretty Little Liars had a couple that was, you know, teacher-student trope. Right now, there's also the movie Gabriel's Inferno where they're kind of, you know, teacher-student duo. It's pretty taboo. For me, it depends on how it's depicted. All right, friends to lovers. Friends to lovers is, you know, always alike. You know, it's always a cute trope. I hate everybody in the world but you. Oh my gosh, love. I love this trope all the time when there's just that person that just hates everyone. And then they just love the love interest for some reason. My favorite show ever, The Punisher, incorporates this trope between Frank and what was her name? Heather? I don't remember her name, but they had this trope in there. All right, Rags to Riches by Love. I love a good Rags to Riches story. I'm sorry. That one kind of goes with the One of Us is Famous trope. I love seeing characters that are like, you know, very much giving, you know, irrelevant, kind of become celebrities overnight, or they like, you know, become rich. I love that stuff. I also love a good riches to rags story. There's this movie called From Prada to Nada where they go from being, you know, rich, thriving to kind of not. I think it's a really cute movie. Next trope is what? Bully romance? What is that? Bully romance? It's a no for me. I feel like I always get uncomfortable when I see people that are like overly rude and overly mean. So I think it's gonna be a no for me. Just a no for me. Athlete sport. Oh my god, love. I love sports romances. Probably because I want to be an NBA wife when I grow up. Single parent. Oh my god. I think this is like a guilty pleasure for sure. I love the stories where, you know, you have your single mom or single dad. We love single dads. I love a good single parent moment. All right, love triangle. I would put this in like, but I have to put it in eh because I always end up liking both people and I always end up getting like heartbroken when we have to say goodbye to one of them because I always love them both. So it's like hard, kind of like in True Beauty. It kind of sucks. So next trope is only one bed. Oh my goodness, this is a trope that's seen in every romance movie ever, no matter what other trope on the screen is incorporated. There's always that scene where for some reason they end up in a situation where they have to share a bed, and then the morning after they wake up they're like laying on each other. It's literally always in every movie. I can't say I dislike it. I guess it's like my guilty pleasure. I always think it's cute. Fake dating. Oh yeah, this trope is for sure my guilty pleasure. Just read a book recently. Don't remember the name of it. It was called The Upside of Falling. It had a fake dating moment. Oh, there's also a show called Her Private Life that incorporates this trope. It's cuter than being like, oh, I hate you, to, oh my god, I literally don't want to end this fake relationship. Like, let's make it real. Next trope is mafia boss. Oh yeah, this is a hard pass for me. I don't know what it is about this trope, but I always avoid it. I find it so cringy. I don't know. They're always like abusive and like alpha male and like, I don't know. I just find it so cringy. Like, oh my god, he was a mafia boss and she was the girl whose dad just died. Like, stop. Makeover. I think I'm gonna put this in like, because there are reasons why I dislike it. It can be argued that with these kind of makeover movies, you know, she's all that and now even he's all that with Addison Rae. It can be argued that, you know, it kind of perpetuates negative beauty standards because, you know, it's like, oh, the guy only likes her now that he sees that she's physically attractive. But I feel like in a lot of these movies, they actually start to fall for the person's personality before the makeover happens. Dude, my camera just died on me. Why am I always having technical issues when I try to film these videos? All right, next trope is friends with benefits to lovers. Okay, so this is like the movie with Justin Timberlake. I say I really like this trope. Actually, this trope is my guilty pleasure for sure. I think it's really cute seeing people that are just like, okay, well, like no feelings, and then they like catch feelings. The next trope is age gap. Age gap, it's like whatever, right? I don't really care for it. Age gap is kind of like, again, just like the teachers thing. It's like when done correctly and when done within the you know, the means of the law. I don't mind an age gap. I don't. Oh my god, slow burn novels. I love slow burns because it makes it all the more worth it when the characters get together. A lot of Korean shows love to hit y'all with the slow burn. Miraculous is also very much becoming notorious for being a slow burn. You know, every once in a while they give us like a breadcrumb of interaction between the two of them. I enjoy slow burns and I'm to a point that I watch them so much that the slowness of it doesn't really affect me anymore because it's just what I expect. Next trope is bad boy. Kind of just one of the staples of every romance movie, every romance book, Wattpad, episode, choices. I guess I would say yeah, because I don't care for the bad boy. I care more for whatever other trope is incorporated with the person being a bad boy, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I really enjoy bad boy stories if they have like an interesting backstory. I don't like things like After where they try to justify their badness because they're like, oh, like I have a broken family, like my dad left me and he was abusive. Like, I don't care. Next trope is the classic of classics of classics, enemies to lovers. I guess I can say this is my guilty pleasure because I always love a good enemies to lovers moment. It's usually in like every romance movie or book, whatever. Like there's always people that have like some type of falling out, or they just hate each other for some reason because there's like a misunderstanding, or they're like, oh, like that's Walter, he's like the golden boy at school, but I hate him because I don't like football, so I don't like him either. He's just a player, and then they like get together. Next trope is, I accidentally put the same trope twice, so that's kind of embarrassing for me. It's fine. Right person, not enough time. Oh my gosh. I have to put this in like, and I actually really love these types of movies. I just have to put them in like because the little piece of my heart that has to break every time I get through one of these is just not, it's just not okay. Very Fault in Our Stars, you know. Next trope is friends to enemies to lovers. What does that mean? Oh my god, no, I know what this means. I know what this means. There was a book I read. They were like childhood best friends. And then one of them moved away. And there was a huge misunderstanding that happened within the move. I think like one of them like didn't say goodbye, or like one of them like promised they would call and like ended up never calling. So they were like enemies and then they like got together. I think this is like it's like because it's like cool because there's always like the mystery of like what made them not be friends anymore, or like what caused the falling out. Always a fun time. Okay, next up is childhood friends to lovers. It kind of falls with the like best friends to lovers thing for me. Like I already knew each other, but I did read a book. I actually can't say what book it was because it was embarrassing. Next trope is right person, wrong time. I think this is also a like one. This is another one that kind of pulls at your heartstrings because it's two people that just keep on missing their mark and then it just finally just clicks for them. Or it doesn't, and then the movie ends in a sad way. Love, Rosie's, I think is a very popular movie that a lot of people have seen that uses this trope. They just kind of, you know, keep missing their timing. They just keep missing it and keep missing it. And then at the end of the movie, it finally clicks for them. It makes you think, you know, is there really that one person that you should just keep fighting for despite it not working for you so many times? Or is it just like, maybe you should kind of seek out a new person? There's this show called Normal People. Every time they would try to move on to other people, the relationship just like wouldn't work out for them. So maybe you guys should be together, but also it's like, oh, like you should just move on because it never ends up working out. It's a very thought-provoking trope. It's always hard for me to watch because I'm just like, ooh. But accidental pregnancy, I think I'm gonna put this in guilty pleasure. As much as I don't condone irresponsible sex, irresponsible childbearing, whatever, it's always funny to see these types of shows and movies. It isn't until like years down the line that he realizes like, wait, your kid is 3? 3 years ago we slept together and he kind of looks like me. Like, why does he have my eyes? Like, literally don't try to do this in real life. Country star that returns to his small hometown in the middle of nowhere to fall back in love with his high school sweetheart. That's so specific. And I wrote it on purpose. Okay, it's a harsh no, stop. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, everybody knows this trope. Hallmark Channel's the CEO of overusing this trope. It's overdone, it's overplayed, it's overused. I'm tired of seeing it. It's literally always the same story, you know, the country star, he needs inspiration for his new album, so he's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna go back to my hometown so I can reconnect with my roots. For some reason, he had a falling out with his high school sweetheart. Usually because they're just like, yeah, like, you're gonna start a life together in the country and you went to LA to pursue your career. So you've always put your career above me. You must not love me. Like, it's literally always the same story. And if it's not a country star, then it's like a rich CEO or something. Like, it's literally always, it's always the same same story. As much as I like literally want to put this in the no, it has to go into the guilty pleasure, because as much as I roast this trope and I say I hate this trope, I always watch stuff. I've seen about like 100 movies with this trope and have enjoyed them too. Like, and we're at the end of the list. I think this is a pretty good looking list. What do you think of the list? How does it compare to your list? Do you agree or do you disagree? Are you just like, why is athlete sport in your love and age gap is in your they should be switched, you're a loser? Or are you just like, this really aligns closely with my interests? Tell me what you think. Yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps this video up. I don't really know how to end it because it just was this. But I thank you for watching. If you liked this video, thank you so much. I hope you're having a good weekend, good summer, winter day. Just let me know if you aren't. It's always fun to hang out and talk. So yeah,
I would be lying to my core if I said that I hope there's no more drama here. I like drama. Drama drives me at times. I think without drama, what's the fun in life?